Welcome everybody, welcome bronies and gamers alike, or the casual viewer, to part 7, part 6, 7, I'm not sure which one am I on. It's been a while, but we are getting close to the end, and if you haven't seen the first parts, please check in the description below. I will make sure to leave you, leave the description below, and thank you for choosing this reading as well as choosing your host, me, Night Reader. Reader, get it? Get it? for, thanks for thanks for choosing me to do this reading. Now, before I start to ramble on and the incredible nuttiness that I is what I tend to do sometimes, let's continue with the reading. Where we last left off around here. Where did you get down? Where did we get down here? Sweetie Belle regularly asked her surroundings, turning into Apple Bloom. Oh, hey there, AB. Hi. Sweetie Belle, stay right here. I'll be right. Excuse me, Sweetie Belle. Stay right here. I'll be right back. Apple Bloom said, making sure to set Sweetie Belle away from any mess that she had just proceeded. Oh, okay, Apple Bloom, she replied, her head starting to clear up a bit. Miraculously, while Apple Bloom went to look for something to stop the bleeding. Thank God they're in the hospital because that would be easy, or unless there was like a bunch of looter ponies and then they just stole everything. Even the bolts and nails that were tied down the stairs. Sweetie Belle's clearly returned, and the throbbing in her head. No. Sweetie Belle's. Yeah, I had it right. Sweetie Belle's clearly returned, and the throbbing of her head stopped, with her vision no longer swimming. She began to call out for her friends, but suddenly she was cut off by another very familiar voice. Well, it seems that the other two have finally decided. His hissing ghost tone whispered into Sweetie Belle's ear. She turned around to see the shadow floating at the top of the slope, giving off a chilling feeling. It had sounded exactly like the same figure that had troubled her in the pentagram. The shadow full slowly hovered down the slope, revealing that that was indeed the truth. And I should be doing till nothing. But the blood of a virgin, she chuckled. But she's a filly. She would. Um, besides some very explicit content, she will still be a virgin. She chuckled. Let's just move on. The menacing gaze from earlier once again on her face. She hovered. She hovered close to Sweetie Belle, who was too scared to move, leaning in close and mumbling in her ears, "You three spoil me." The ghost gave a heartily laugh before turning to the pile of vomit and blood, placing a hoof in, placing into it and seeming to almostly observe this crimson substance into her face. She looked down at the blood and licked her lips as if she had been drinking it. Oh, mm, child, she said in a rather lusty tone. I think I am going to enjoy your body. Oh my god, that sounds so bad. Body? Seabelle stuttered, her mind racing. Oh, of course, she said, rolling her eyes and giving another creepy chuckle. I can leave here as it goes, but with your body, she trailed off, giggling. um, into chuckles. The chuckles grew into insane laughter as the pony finished. As the pony finished with Sweetie Belle spilled, spilled blood and pommel of red completely gone from the floor. Placing a cold hoof on Sweetie Belle's shoulder, a ghost whispered in her ears, "This should be fun." Suddenly, Sweetie Belle could feel her energy being drained, her eyelids getting heavier, and her knees getting weaker. Blackness slowly crept in from the edges of her vision as she felt her consciousness dripping, the ghost in front of her fading slightly with every passing moment, and Sweetie could do nothing as the heavy weight of her hooves planted on the hoof. She opened her mouth to scream for her friends, but the air escaped from her lungs and nightly but a whisper. Help me. Oh, I just made myself sad. No, I'm sad. But that's when But that's when Sweetie Belle realized that she was going to die. A wave of adrenaline poured over her, but wasn't instantly stopped away by still laughing entity in front of her. She blinked once with heavy eyelids, and closing them again, she slumped into a heap of the floor, and weight began too much for her to bear. Sweetie Belle! She heard a voice call out before feeling an accurate blow to the side, causing her to roll a few feet to the side. Her vision became back to her slowly, the feeling of her being drained having vanished, but heard a scream of pain and a loud crack of thunder from her left, getting woozy to her hooves. She saw that Scootaloo had tackled her away from the demonic ghost that and was rubbing her head from the penitent expression on her face. Come on, I've found a way out, she yelled, getting up and dragging Sweetie Belle to her hooves. Follow me, quick! You dare interrupt the ritual! The ghost demon shouted, her voice laughter and with thunder. Pa, pa, pa! You will pay for that, Pegasus! The entity growled with an unnatural light, and the werewolf kicked up around her. Her smile had been completely replaced with that of a windful frown, and her hair stuck up as if calling by lightning, charged by lightning. Like, Scootaloo nearly drives Sweetie Belle down the hall, not realizing that she was still bloody hurt. Tripping once, shame on her. Sweetie Belle broke her nose more, broken nose, broken nose, broken nose. Once, once more, started to drip blood through not nearly as quick as before. What in the hey? Sweet Apple Bloom started to ask before Scootaloo cut her off. Just help me get Sweetie Belle off, she shouted, already dragging Sweetie Belle front hoof over her. Back of the unicorn began mumbling the moaning and pain. We need to go, Ow, whoa, ow, that hurt. Ow, I hurt myself somehow. Ow, that hurt. We need to go, Scootaloo finished off, pointing to the glowing end of the hallway. Now! I'm back. What happened? Suddenly, a chair flew past their heads and shattered into thousand wooden. No, at the end of the hallway, the rolls grew up from the ground, pieces of the rubble and the doors whizzing around her, smashing into the walls and the ceilings. She opened her mouth, and the ear-piercing screech ran throughout the halls, and Scootaloo and Applebloom covered their ears in pain. As Sweetie Belle struggled to understand exactly what was going on, suddenly a chair flew past their heads and smashed into a dozen wooden splinters and the wall next to them, starting into the Crusaders into wood chips. Ah! Run! Applebloom shouted, pick up Sweetie Belle's back half and throw it over her own back. so that she and Scootaloo were now crying the broken unicorn and then done 3 doors down. Wow, wow, seriously, seriously, good band. Scootaloo screamed as a chunk of rope smashed into the wall and next to them, embedding itself in the concrete. The police bulked into the room Scootaloo had pointed out with the wall, dragging rocks, chairs, and at one point even a steel rod from the ceiling floor. Crumbled floor. You can't escape me, Scootaloo. The ghosts hissed as they turned into the room as they could get out in a happy eternity. She chuckled another chunk and a rock exploded throughout the wall next to them, shattering through the window and exploding the outside, leading the storm back into the asylum. Holy fuck, what the hell is happening? Ghost, I can throw Scootaloo. Ghost, I can throw Sweetie Belle out. Scootaloo instructed to let Sweetie Belle against the wall, positioning herself and give Applebloom a boost. Applebloom merely nodded and grabbed onto the windsill, holding it onto the dirt just outside the window. Boost! Sweetie Belle out the window! Applebloom called out from the other side. It's just not that bad of a drop. I can catch her. Seeing a wheelchair fly past the doorway and hesitant in terrifying close screech, Scootaloo put a hoof on her friend's leg, giving her a demand grind. It's almost home free, sweet, she said suddenly seriously. Let's go! I'm back. What happened? Scootaloo get onto the position, ready to left. Sweetie Belle into the up to the window. Slowly, the unicorn stood drunkenly, walked over to Sweetie Belle, still a little woozy from her possession. She had a bad feeling that she couldn't shake. Sweetie Belle got into position. Sorry, but she'd taken a deep breath. Sweetie Belle put a hoof on her companions and let out her breath. Getting a nod to Scootaloo, lifting her head as she could, Sweetie Belle grunted as Sweetie Belle grabbed to the windsill and climbed the hallway out before it felt lightheaded. Come on, Sweetie Belle, Scootaloo yelled, noting the sudden lack of objects being thrown down the hall. Just give me a second, Sweetie Belle panted, her vision blurred over. I just. She was cut off. A sudden explosion causing her to tremble into Applebloom, rolling slightly into the grass. Cutie Belle and Applebloom turned back to see the room they had just been in, productive and possible light and shadow. Scootaloo! Sweet Belle grasped, realizing her friend had been troubled out behind her. This ain't now! They heard a ghostly hiss, say from another room. Neither of them could see into the room, but everything suddenly grew quiet. A few tense moments passed by, and the growl faded into the room. The ghost had gone, and Scootaloo whispered, "No!" Sweetie Belle choked out, tears coming from her eyes. Appleboom looked first into the sun, then to her friend, who fell back into her haunches, croaked up, gas emitting from her as tears started to roll down her face. Appleboom hugged her friend, speechless as well. She opened her mouth a few kind words. Sweetie Belle had heard a crush when they had heard a crush. Oh. I was about to say, wait, what? Oh my god. She opened her mouth to give a few kind words to Sweetie Belle when they heard a crash. and the chair flew out the adjacent room window. Immediately, a bleeding Scootaloo jumped through the window, rolling a few times before coming to a stop, her chest raising and falling quickly. Scouts! Scouts! Appleton shouted, and the two fillies sprinted over to her. Placing a hoof to Scootaloo's side, Appleton asked, "You doing alright, buddy? Never better! Yeah!" Scootaloo's jaw clutching a wing and winching. "Sometime next week?" She asked with a smile on her face. "How about we go with never?" Appleton responded, reaching out a hoop. "Deal." Scootaloo agreed, clutching before taking Appleton's hoof and pulling it over herself. "Let's go!" before before the storm hits us. Applebloom took a lead and Sweetieball followed behind her, with Scootaloo taking her the rear. Taking up the rear. Taking her the rear, if you know what I mean. Taking up the rear. "I'm glad we finally got out of there." The other two nodded, continuing on into the forest, and streak of lightning cracked the sky. "All four of us," Scootaloo mumbled under her breath as a streak of lightning lit the night sky. Whoa! Followed by the loud boom of thunder. There was definitely a storm coming. What the fuck? Oh, whoa! All four of us. That means that the ghosty good did get to Scootaloo, and now we're all gonna die. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you, guys. Hopefully that wasn't too crazy for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am going to read the article. Happy Halloween, everybody! I hope you enjoyed the story. Once again, thanks to Lab and PassionQuill for helping me edit and flash out ideas for the story. Thanks for Pre-Rail Black for help with the artwork. Leave me a comment and tell me what you thought. Read, comment, enjoy. Master Fiesta 99. I will say this. It was an amazing experience for me to read this story to you guys and to have so much fun with it, because I was able to experiment with so many things, doing this on doing the reading, trying to do the voice thing, seeing what worked for me. I I actually like this idea. I think it's pretty well. I don't see many people doing this. And for later on, I will get better. I will get better equipment, which will allow me to get you better quality, better camera, better whatever. But that being said, I give this a very strong read. If you guys don't want me to narrate the whole thing, go give it a like. Read it. Support the author. This is what I do. I read stories so people can find out about the story, so that they can find out about the author. They can find out about the stories that I end up doing. If I can't read the stories, you'll be able to read it by yourself. If not, I'll be able to read it for you, and you guys could follow along, such as the formula ends up going. That being said, hopefully you enjoyed this reading series. I will be back with another one. Hopefully, I'll be able to make more videos, such as the Let's Draws, as well as the gameplay videos. Oh, I am very energetic. This is actually me. I like to just experiment with everything. That being said, thank you so much for choosing me for this reading. And as always, check out any of my other videos along with my channel. And and like always, I'll see you in the next one. Happy Kitty Cat.